Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America. If you've had any conversations with me or you know me for a while, you know that politics fascinates me. It's not because I have a political science degree. It's just that it fascinates me. And many of my friends and even HAFA members have said you have to be slightly insane, which could be true. And reason for the title for our HAFA Monday morning news today is if the good Lord is willing, the creek don't rise. If you're from the South, you heard that. Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana always sends these taglines in texts and emails, and this is one of his. And I like to steal them because they make me giggle. A lot of things happening in Washington as far as political, folks moving, races that are very involved. We don't see a lot of bills passing in our industry, but you do see a lot of executive orders being done. This administration being just a little bit tougher for the agent broker community in some aspects, and it's always, as I always say, we will work in the sandbox that is given to us. Whatever is given to us, we will figure it out. So just thought I would just give you a giggle from Senator John Kennedy. ACA's family glitch, we're waiting on final rules regarding the family glitch. What's that going to look like, how it's going to affect the employer market. And I will continue to say, if you do not work in the individual market and you do not want to work in the individual market, please go to the HAFA website, find you a partner. If you're unsure, reach out to me. I will help you find a partner, because what's going to happen is you're going to have some people come off of those employer roles. Some dependent spouses and children could very well come off of your employer groups. You want to make sure that you're the one that assists them, that you go to your employer group and say, look, the family glitch final rules have been issued. This is how it affects your employer group plan. And I would like to be the answer to your questions, and I would like to handle it. And whether you bring in another HAFA member that handles the enrollment on the individual side, or if you do it yourself, but make sure that you're aware that it's happening, that it will be happening, and that you need to be the answer to all of their questions. I'm a big proponent of us being the answer, and not allowing anyone else to come in and take your business. Some of the things that you're going to see happening on the individual market. Number one, eventually that moratorium on the Medicaid enrollees is going to change. What do I mean by that? I'm calling it a Medicaid switch. The switch is going to flip. During COVID, the Biden administration said, if you have Medicaid, we're not going to take your Medicaid. So if you work in the individual market, you might have thought you were doing the right thing. Your client reached out to you and said, look, potential client reached out and said, look, my income has increased and I'm no longer eligible for Medicaid. So you did what you thought you should do, and you enrolled them in a marketplace plan, only to find out that Medicaid said, no, we're not going to cancel their Medicaid. So what's going to happen is, first, the federal government is going to say the moratorium is going to end, number one. Number two, each state is going to be given the opportunity to flip that switch. So first we have to get the feds to do it. Second, we have to get the states to do it, and then everyone will receive a letter that is not eligible for Medicaid saying they are eligible for a marketplace plan. Now, that's not going to say contact your local agent, I can promise you. I did ask CMS last week if they would give us a list of those people coming off the Medicaid rolls, and you know that they weren't going to give it to me, but in true Ronell sense of living, I absolutely had to ask. But if you work in that market, I'm going to, number one, suggest that you reach out to the Department of Insurance and ask for a list. You're not going to get it, but ask. Let them know you're a resource. Reach out to your Medicaid office. Ask for a list. You're not going to get it, but let them know that you are an advocate and you are there to help. And then thirdly, reach out to your local media. Let them know that you are absolutely here to help anyone that needs help. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to add to your book of business and to help those in the community that are going to be very scared and going to be very concerned because they're coming off of a free Medicaid plan and they're unsure of what that's going to look like on the marketplace plan. So make sure, again, you're the answer. You're the person that they go to. You're the expert. You're the professional that's needed in this instance. So CMS has said on our calls how important that we are to this change, this switch, this flip. So you want to make sure that you're that person. The next thing that's going to happen is if you work in the individual market is that the expanded subsidy that was done during COVID, when you went in and re-enrolled your clients and gave them more of a tax credit, that's supposed to go away. It will be voted on and maybe they'll expand it, but it may go away. If it goes away, the Kaiser Foundation said that premiums in 2023 will go up 50%. I'm telling you that so you can, number one, watch and see if it's voted on and what may happen. And number two, be prepared as you go into open enrollment that you could very well see some rates make a huge change. 50% is a lot. Now let's flip back to the employer market. As you know, HAFA represents members that work in the individual, the group, Medicare, and all the voluntary benefits. We represent agents that sell everything, even PNC. So let's go to the group side again. If you have group clients and yourself, I'm talking about you're trying to put some money in your pocket, you're trying to help your clients put some money in their pocket. There's something called employee retention credit, employer retention credit. It was rolled out during COVID along with the PPP. First, it said if you had PPP, you couldn't get this, but now you can. HAFA has partnered with a company that will help you or your clients work through this and see if they are eligible. It is on the HAFA website. Click on the partner page. It's ERC Specialist. We are going to have a webinar coming up on August 4th at 2 o'clock. So you'll learn more. So you'll get some more information, some Zoom information about that. Let's switch to the Medicare. If you work in the Medicare space, you've received all kind of information saying that we have to record our calls for Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D. Now, we know that they were initially trying to stop all the crazy TV ads and phone calls that were being made to seniors, but what has happened is that with a broad brush, they've included agents and brokers who continue to do the right thing. I want to let you know that I have found the correct person to talk to at CMS. I have a call set up with them. It won't be for a couple of weeks, but I will have some answers for you. What was very, very, very strange is they kind of acted like they didn't understand why I was upset. And they said this is something that y'all should have been doing all along. Now, in true form, I've heard that before. in other, parts of our industry. So that doesn't surprise me, but it really surprises me that they think this is already something that should have been done. And if so, why are their petitions being formed, and why are so many people upset, and why are so many people asking questions? But know that HAFA is on it, and that we're working on it, and we're not going to leave you hanging. We're going to find out, we're going to know, and we should have some hard answers by the HAFA Summit, August 18th and 19th. It's not too late to register. You can go to the HAFA website, click on the events page, and the HAFA Summit website link is there. You can go to the website, find out about all the speakers, sponsors, agenda. We are going to have an amazing, amazing time. I'm so excited about our speakers. You're going to be blown away by the level of information that you receive. So very excited. And then lastly, I just want to say that I've said this before, seemed like I've said it for the last 3 years, but the HAFA Summit is almost done. The guy was building the kitchen cabinets and going to put those in. The lights are up, and our chairwoman of the board, Miss Bridget Gilbert, who's very good with her hands, is going to put in my countertops, which I'm very excited about. The creation that she does with concrete and epoxy and makes them look like marble or whatever you want them to look like. So very, very, very excited that we're towards the end of this very long experience. It catching on fire 3 years ago, and my mom hiring a friend of the family that only works sometimes. So it's been an adventure, but I am proud and honored to represent the HAFA Freedom Fighters, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. Please reach out if I can help in any way. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.